Hi, my name's blah blah blah. I'm a final year medical student here in Sydney, Australia. I'm also a bone marrow transplant vlogger. And for today's video, we're going to go through the 7 types of medical students that you are going to see if you go to medical school. And if you don't, I think you're going to still find this video a lot of fun to watch. Now, if you are new here, please feel free to hit that like button and subscribe if you could. And I'm so sorry for not making videos recently. I've had exams coming up, and so I've been really kind of focusing down in on those. And exams are actually in, I think, 3 weeks now. But figured I'd studied enough I could make a quick little video, and it's a fun one. Now, I do want to say before I go into these stereotypes, this is not me attacking anybody. This is just a bit of fun, and so I'm not picking out anybody here. It's just having a bit of fun and having a laugh at, you know, these kind of classic stereotypes that you can kind of run into at most medical schools. So the first one is the house MD. This is the medical student that every medical school has. No matter where you go, there is always one. And this is the person that is always right. Like, it doesn't matter what the topic is, they've got the answer. And that's both if it is lupus and if it isn't lupus. You could randomly mention an article about this very rare disease, and not only does this person, they know that article, they can then tell you where the author of that article actually went to school and give you a little bit of information about them. How? These people are just incredible, and I swear it's as though at one point in their life they were handed the golden answer guide and they are just flying through life with that answer guide because they know everything. I haven't seen that answer guide yet. I'm still trying to find it, so if you're that person, let me know where you got one, because that would be amazing. But these people are just amazing. They're just incredible, because how the hell do you know this kind of stuff? These people are just amazing. And the interesting thing, I guess, that makes them not like House MD is they're actually really quite nice too. So you can't even hate them for it. You're just like, damn, you are absolutely amazing. So smart, and you know everything. So yeah, there's always that one person, so I'm sure you can relate if you know someone in your school like that. The second is the overachiever. These are the people that make you think, how the hell do you exist? Because when you go to medical school, you have to go through all these hurdles and hoops. You need to get high grades in high school, high grades at university, good entrance score exams, you need a big portfolio, extracurricular, academic, awards, charity involvement. It's crazy the amount of stuff you have to do. And you think that's a good enough cutoff. But these people are a whole nother level above that. They managed to found a charity in high school. They did their first degree and got first class honours whilst also going to Harvard at the same time. And they then decided that before they finished all that, they would then, you know, hike Mount Everest whilst also having an amazing family at the same time and probably running 2 or 3 businesses on the side too. These are the kind of people that if you need to know something, it doesn't matter what, if you just need to know something about life, you ask them because they tend to know it. These people are crazy. Yeah. Wow, it's they really kind of redefine your perception about what you can actually achieve, and they're really kind of cool. They've got amazing stories, and they're just so amazing and interesting to talk to. So, but I'm sure every university has that overachiever. Now, this next one's quite a funny one. It's I've combined 2 titles for the one category, and I'm going to explain why. But the third type of med student that you are going to meet is the Dr. Shepherd or the Dr. Mike. Now, these are the students that are just too beautiful, it's not fair. Let's go into the Dr. Shepherd. This is the student that is so beautiful and so nice. All the tutors and all the other students and the supervisors absolutely adore them. And the difference between the Dr. Shepherd and the Dr. Mike is they're just like the Dr. Shepherd. It's just they then also have an Instagram where they have their 50 to 100,000 followers who also love them. Because, you know, it's unfair for them to be confined to just this local area. It needs to be worldwide. It's funny, I think, because I feel like this is such a difficult stereotype to try and generate, to say that, you know, every university has one. And yeah, I think every university, or at least every medical school, definitely has someone like this that is either the Dr. Shepherd or the Dr. Mike, which is just the Instagram famous one too. These are the people that you can't actually pose in photos with, because every time you pose in a photo with them, everybody's going to be asking, who's that person? And most people say to you, once you finish medical school, it's very much like you've aged like vinegar. The curriculum is a way to rapidly age you. I've definitely noticed it, got some grey hairs and already balding a bit at the front. So medical school's definitely been a bit harsh on me, I suppose. But these people, they've managed to age more like a very fine wine. They almost become more desirable, and it's just not fair. So If you are the Dr. Mike or Dr. Shepard of your university, please share your secrets. We all want to know them. It's not fair. You're amazing. And yes, I will follow you and I will like your posts. So there's always one of those at every university, that's for sure. Now, this next one, I think this is a hilarious one. The fourth person that you will meet at medical school, the typical stereotype, is the I've got a toot ghost. Now, we all know this person right away. Particularly if you're going to medical school, someone jumps into your head right away. The supervisors particularly know them as the student that after about 1 hour of clinical rounds, they're the student that is like, oh, sorry, prof, I've got to go to a toot. And interestingly, they're also the person, I think, that tends to be quite often very late or just doesn't show up. And sometimes you may only see them on the day of the exam.
Didn't think you were real.
I'm real and it's useful.
You'd be fair to actually not even know that they went to university with you throughout the entire 4-year degree. And they seem, I swear, to be wizards, because despite all of that, they absolutely crush the exams and go so well. My only explanation for it is that they are actually a wizard. That's what I've come down to. But I felt it was more of a I've got a toot stereotype rather than a wizard stereotype. I guess you could interchange it, but you're definitely gonna meet that person at medical school. And the next one, the fifth person you're definitely going to run into at medical school. This is the medfluencer. You know, during the interview, you'll get asked why medicine, and most students will say, you know, it's to help people, or they'll say it's because of their love for the human body and anatomy and their inquisitive nature around all things that are human. And this student may have provided one of these answers, but really under their breath they were thinking, for the gram. Now, if you're trying to find where this student is, it's very easy. They are usually spotted at the cafe with a stethoscope around their neck on a Saturday, nowhere near their clinical placement. And I feel like for these people, the clinical placement is actually just an alternative name for different photo shoot backgrounds. And they also tend to have a monogrammed scrubs and stethoscope because that is super photogenic. And with all of this, they also tend to be so amazingly lovely and fun and friendly that you want to go and hang out with them all the time as well. I think that's why everyone knows a medfluencer, because not only is their presence known based on their social media influence, but they're just a really cool, fun person to normally hang out with. So I know I definitely like to find the medfluencers in the cohorts because they have great parties, really, really fun to kind of hang out with. And you can learn how to get a nice Instagram photo of yourself, which I'm still trying to learn right now. And if you're not following, please feel free to follow my Instagram. The medfluencers is also pretty cool because they just tend to be the go-to person for everything, because I think they're connecting with so many different people on so many different things. For instance, getting into the medical school, the process, because they talk to all these people that are interacting with them, they're very cool, they're very, very nice. So I know I sounded a bit derogatory at the beginning, but they're just, they're kind of like the overachiever. It's just they are super popular on Instagram because of it. Now, the sixth person you are guaranteed to meet at medical school is the gunner. We all know this person. This person was guaranteed when you went to medical school. Now, a gunner isn't just the smartest person. No, that doesn't make a gunner. They are the most competitive. When there is an assessment task that is pass-fail, that's not good enough for the gunner. This must be graded and they must know where their grade sits next to yours. And every morning when they wake up, their mantra is a different chapter from the book Art of War. It may very well be a Sunday that is Christmas Day, and on that day they have studied more on that day than you did in the peak season for exams. They are that competitive. And I love these students because they are the depository of information whereby rather than Googling, you can just go, what about this LO? They will compete to tell you it first, and they are very awesome because of it. I rely heavily on the gunners. Please keep gunning, and because you answer my questions when I don't know things, so thank you. I do admire your ability. And then the seventh stereotype, and this is the off in their own world student, kind of like JD from Scrubs. And I think personally, I identify myself a bit with this student. Now, you know how in Scrubs, JD could be in a conversation with you, and then he just starts talking, wandering off into his own brain, and then he gets carried away in this anecdote that completely derails and goes somewhere else, and then they've got to snap back to reality, and they're not quite sure what was happening, but they are going to try to figure that out right now. Yes, that is definitely me. And I'm sure a few medical students can relate to that. You know, you're just sat in there in the lecturer, and you know, it's a 1 hour lecture on some topic, and they're talking about something about, let's say, the heart, and you know, you start thinking about the heart, and you think you're on a good thought pattern, but then all of a sudden that gets carried away into something else, like an ice cream on the weekend, and then you think about, oh, well, the ice cream over in Italy, and then you think about Italy, and you think about pizza, and then you're courting the pizza, then you're imagining all your friends with you for pizza, and like, oh, well, what pizza would Mick like? I think he would like, and then you're like, oh shit, wait, I'm back in the cardiology lecture. You just completely get lost. I relate to that one very much, and I think that's many medical students, to be honest, because when you look around in the medical lectures, even though they're not happening so much right now, when you look into the lecture hall, you will often find many students perhaps thinking about what pizza it is that Mick would like to eat. If that's where your thought pattern tends to go. But yeah, this is definitely the stereotype. This is the student that I personally identify with most. And these are the 7 types of medical students that you will meet when you go to medical school. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you found it fun. I really enjoyed making it. It was really kind of cool coming up with the ideas and thinking, yeah, this is very, very true. So if you did like it, please comment down below. Let me know what medical student you are, or at least the ones that you've met, and see if there's any extra ones that you have found as well, because I'd be really interested to hear if you can think of any as well. If you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to share it. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It's very cool. I appreciate it very much. And I will see you guys next week. I'm going to try to do it weekly again. Back to a weekly video. So I'll hopefully see you guys next week with another video. And have a good week, guys. Stay safe and talk soon. Bye.